welcome to the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast, live wherever you come from. My name is James. This is the podcast where we dive into the multiverse of TV and movies, and we discuss the good, the bad, and the damn right ugly things that we see over the years. Hope you're all doing well, and this is episode 30. We have banged out 30 of these episodes. I can't believe it. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. And this week I'll be joined by my buddy, my good friend, Sassy Bear Clarence, as we're talking Futurama, which is a staple of American sitcom culture, as it says. If you don't know what Futurama is like a lead on from or a counterpart of The Simpsons. And we're talking about the first season, which, as we get into, I recorded the podcast earlier in the day. I'm doing the intro and the outro at the same time now. And you'll be surprised how we the way we discuss this, and how we, how we got similar views on certain episodes as well. This is going to be a ranking episode, so we're going to be ranking the first 9 episodes of the season. And we debate this as well. On Wikipedia, it says 13 episodes, and Disney Plus is 9 episodes. So we're going with the 9 episodes because the 4 episodes that tag along in the first season, apparently, are part of season 2. The first couple of episodes of season 2. So we're only focusing on the 9 episodes, and then future episode later down the line, we'll talk about season 2 at some point, which me and Sassy Bear are both looking forward to. So, without further ado, we are talking Futurama Season 1, which originally released on, here in the UK, September 21st, 1999. Enjoy the podcast. Enjoy this episode. Let's go.
Space. It seems to go on and on forever. But then you get to the end and the gorilla starts throwing barrels at you. And that's how you play the game.
You stink, loser.
Hey, Fry, pizza going out. Come on!
We're back. We're back for episode's this? 30? Hold on.
Trying to think.
Podcast is run professionally. Yeah, 30. Right. This podcast is run professionally. Right, we're back. We're back in episode 30, and returning guests of the show, Mr. Sassy Bear Clarence, aka I'm gonna rub this in, I don't care if he's listening to it. The new Falling Star Wrestling Limitless Champion. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually just healing up from an illness I've had since Wednesday, so I'm getting a bit better. So apologies if I sound like crap on the podcast.
Dory, I think we're all suffering with like a cold and whatnot. And considering with us for the next 3-4 weeks on the pod,
yeah,
I think we're all gonna get used to it by then.
Yeah.
But what a week! What another great week. You seem to get all the great episodes at the moment.
Yeah,
we're talking Futurama today, season 1. Now, before we start this, before recording, we had a bit of a dilemma. Usually where we look on our sources, one source is telling us there's 13 episodes within season 1, but then we look on Disney Plus, there's only 9. So we are up in arms whether I've only seen like the 9 episodes from Disney Plus, so we're gonna go with that.
That's fine.
And the other 4 episodes, that if they do come into season 1, they're part of season 2 and they're really good episodes, so they can wait to season 2, I think.
Yeah.
So Futurama, I remember where I was when it first started. It was 1999. when this was released, and this show is a spin-off. For those of you who don't know, Futurama is a spin-off show from The Simpsons, developed and created by Matt Groening, and Futurama's follows a character by the name of Fry, who is a delivery boy from the 20th century. He gets sent to a delivery. Somebody wants a pizza, and then he somehow on the millennium gets at the turn of the millennium he gets cryogenically frozen and sent to the year 3000. Wouldn't we all? What do you remember so much of this this show, dude? Because I love this show.
Generally, I really liked the show. Like, I remember first watching like the first series with my uncle, no less, because he's quite a big sci-fi kind of guy anyway. And yeah, we got news about Futurama, about it like starting up, and then as we were like both watching the series together, I am kind of in that sort of weird camp where I actually do quite like Futurama a little bit more than The Simpsons. But I will say, Simpsons had their really good series, but they had some series that were a bit whereas with Futurama, I never really got that problem.
Yeah.
So with Futurama, especially this first series, I really enjoyed the fuck out of this. Like, I remember like a lot of like the episodes in the series, especially the first one, like the one that literally like introduces Philip J. Fry, sets the scene, introduces some of the main characters you're going to be seeing in recurring episodes going forwards. And yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of Futurama, if anything. And I think last I heard there was like rumors about it coming back, but I don't know.
Yeah, as we're speaking now, the new series of Futurama has dropped on Disney Plus, and it's currently on Hulu
nice.
as well. Like, I've only seen Futurama probably up to season 2, season 3, maybe.
I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah, I've only seen like the initial early day episodes. I haven't really seen the new ones. The only part of the new ones that I've seen is like the advert of Fonza saying, "Good news, everyone, we are now not cancelled." And I'm like, "Well, you were cancelled."
Yeah, because I remember for a while it was, but thankfully they brought it back, which was quite nice.
I mean, I don't initially know what happened when the series got cancelled. I just remember watching the first 3 seasons, and they were really, really good. I even played the video game as well. The video game was pretty fun as well.
I mean, I've not played the video game, but I've seen like a lot of like footage of the gameplay.
Oh, the video game holds up to the series. It really does.
That's really good.
It really does. So we're gonna be talking about the 9. So for us, it's 9 episodes. That we're gonna go with, and we're probably gonna do what? Let's rank them. Let's rank the 9 episodes, because sometimes on the pod when I do episodes, like series episodes, I like to do like a little pod, like a rank of them from like what the worst episodes to like the best episode. And for me, it's like this one's really tough because all the episodes are really, really good. But we'll do that towards the end, but we'll talk about like the characters and whatnot. So obviously you got Fry, who's like the main character, like the main initial character that we initially follow. And then through the first episode you meet Leela, who is a she comes across as a human, but she's got one eye. And then later on, I think in season 3 we'll find out where her true origins are. And she's badass, she's kick-ass, and she's also voiced by the amazing where's her name? I had her name just now. Where's it? Katie Sagler, who is, for those of you who don't know who she is, that actress is, she played Peggy in Married with Children. She's a phenomenal actress.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a good year for people. I got a good year for actors' voices and whatnot. And her voice immediately like came out. I was like, ooh, that's brilliant. And then you've got Bender as well, who's played by John DiMaggio. Phenomenal actor. Really, really, really good. Bender's full name is Bender Bendington Rodriguez, which is quite funny. And then you got Professor Hubert J. Farnsworth. By far, probably one of the best characters in the show.
He's like, I'd say for me in terms of like best characters, Professor Hubert J. Farnsworth and Bender are definitely up there as like my favorite characters.
Top three, definitely top three.
Easily.
And then you've got Hermes Conrad, who is he's funny. He's funny up to a point, and then he comes across as damn annoying. Then you've got Dr. Zoidberg, which I didn't know his first name was John.
I didn't even know he even had a first name for all
Yeah, neither did I. Dr. John A. Zoidberg.
And I'm his friend Jesus. Fucking love Zoidberg.
And then you got Amy Wong as well, and I like Amy. Amy's a funny character, especially the early episodes.
Oh yeah, like they definitely had like a lot of fun with the character easily. Yeah,
easily. So those are run-ins of the main characters. Obviously, you got like Zap Brannigan as well.
Yeah.
At point you got Kiff as well. You've also got the mayor and a few other smattering characters as well. As we go through. So season 1, let's get into it. Season 1. So we can run through like the list of the episodes, I guess, for season 1, wherever they are. Disney Plus again. Bear with me.
Yeah.
I've got the list. This is how professionally organized I am. Like, you know.
I mean, I've got the list up for season 1.
Season 1.
So 9 episodes, yeah.
So these are the 9 episodes we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be ranking. So we've got Space Pilot 3000. The series has landed. I roommate. Loves labor lost in space. Fear of bot planet. A fish full of dollars. My 3 sons. A big piece of garbage, and hell is another robot. Hell is other robots. So those are the 9 specific episodes. And for me, I think I'll start off this. My lowest ranked episode in this, for me, which is tough because they're all really good. I'd say probably Space Pilot 3000 is probably my least favorite ranked episode. So I know it's the first episode, but predominantly the first episodes of series are never that good.
I mean, that's sort of like the point where they're trying to like find their footing with the series. Yeah,
so that's my number 9. That's it's the first episode where Fry gets frozen. We meet Leela and Bender and Farnsworth for the first time, and it's quite a funny episode as well because it is a funny episode because Fry, when Fry gets frozen in, he's expecting to be like, yeah, I'm in the future now that I'm supposed to be like this really important guy and do something different other than delivery boy, and then he and then he gets told, this is your job in the future, this time a delivery boy, and then he spends the whole episode running from Leela, and then Leela like chases him. Leela then quits her job because she doesn't really like her job, and then he finds out he has a nephew, which is which is the professor, and the
Like a
professor,
descendant, yeah.
a great descendant, and then the professor's like, you guys can be like, what is it? How did he put it? You could be in charge in exporting and importing cargo from different locations. And then Fry goes, so what you said? I'm going to be a delivery boy, and he goes, that's right. And then he just goes, all right, I'm going to be a delivery boy, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, I know Fry's not exactly the sharpest tool in the fucking drawer.
Oh
but
no.
I just feel like in a way they find ways to make that fucking hilarious and really like fun to deal with. But yeah.
What's your number 9?
I mean, I guess for me, it's kind of in a similar boat. I probably would say like the first episode, Space Pirate 3000. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like overly critical for it because, like I said, it's literally like the first episode of the series.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was just them trying to find their footing with the series. And I will say they at least did a really good job in like introducing the universe, as well as like at least they're not like giving the whole cast of fucking characters at us, but they're actually like spoon feeding us. At least you got Fry, Leela, Bender, and Professor Farnsworth. So at least we get to know a bit about them at least. Obviously, as later episodes goes on, they're gonna like dip into that a little bit more.
Yeah,
but
you kind of sense the formula for what the Simpsons is, for what the Simpsons did, what they did with the Simpsons all those years ago. Because by this point, Simpsons is about 10 years old.
Oh god, yeah.
Which is hard to believe. And then,
because I know that started in like '89, so yeah, this would have been 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, they've kind of you could see what they're trying to do with the show, similar to what they did with the Simpsons in the early days. So, oh, sweet. I'm glad we both agree on that. So number 8 for me, I would say. Yeah, they're all funny episodes, but I would probably say, it's tough now. Just looking at him, going, "Ooh, which one is it?" I'd probably say Hell is Other Robots.
Oh, is that the one where we first meet the robot devil?
The robot devil, yeah. Again,
Fair.
Funny episode. But this episode, Bender is, everyone's going out for a good time. Bender then gets hooked up on electricity. He gets jacked up all the time, and then he finds religion, and everyone finds him more intolerable than before. So they try and convince him to do things to go against his religion, which he eventually does, and then he ends up in hell, and then randomly turns into like a little musical.
Yeah,
which is quite weird in the episode.
Yeah, to be honest, this would also be like my number 8 as well, mainly just because of like how out of the fucking blue the musical part was.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the reasons why it kind of. I mean, yeah, I just. Like, at least in a weird way, The Simpsons found way to, like, segue into them.
Yeah.
Whereas this just felt like a straight punch to the fucking face.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I didn't know there was a fucking musical part to this, but okay.
Yeah. I mean... it's kind of like episode... It's quite a vast difference from, like, episode 1 to where episode 9 is. Which is quite weird for me when I do rankings. I never put the first and last episode at the bottom or close to each other, because it's just just because like usually the last episode of the series is like the better episode, but yeah, this one is a bit of a tough one.
Yeah.
So well, we're so far unanimously agreed. Number 7. What's your number 7, dude?
So my number 7. So this would be like thirds. Probably. Oh Christ. Okay, saying that. I'm just trying to think. If I'm gonna be honest, I would probably say, my number 7 would probably be. I'm probably gonna say I Roommate, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Just I think with that episode, I remember it being sort of like through the motions. Like, I mean, there were, don't get me wrong, funny moments in that episode, but there were moments where I felt it was very going through the moments kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of ranks it my number 7 so far.
I Roommate. I think it's kind of. Oh, see, now you got me thinking now, because for those who don't know what, if you don't know what I Roommate is where Fry is like sleeping in the office everywhere, and everyone's really annoyed the way Fry is, so they tell him to find a place. Bender says, Bender says you can move in with me, but Bender lives in like a little like closet kind of room, and Fry is like feeling rough as hell. So they decide to look for a new place, and they find one, and they go through like this montage with like cheesy music in the background of them like destroying a couple things to turn it into a proper like dive. And as they're trying to listen to a show, a TV show, they find out that Bender's antenna is interfering. Yeah, I agree. I thought I was going to rank this a little bit higher, but no, I agree now. Like, yeah, thinking about back on it now, it's kind of like not necessary. It's kind of like a filler episode in a way.
That was the word I was probably looking for, but the only thing I could think of was like, it was very through the motions kind of thing. It was just like, you know, there are some moments where it is funny, but there were many times where I don't know, it didn't really do much. I felt as an episode.
Yeah, I agree. So, I roll what? Okay, we're go through that. Right, number six.
Right.
I'm gonna say the series has landed. Episode 2.
I'm trying to fit episode 2. So let me think. So is that when they first introduced to Amy Watt?
Yes. So they go to the moon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and bloody hell. This episode it's funny, but it's annoying as well at the same time, because you know, it's a great lead off for episode 1, because Fry is like, my first space mission, ready to go, and he's really all excited because they're going to the moon to drop off a package. And the way Fry is quite funny because he's never been to space before. He's like the guy at the storage room. He's like, you know, hi, I'm Fry from the planet Earth. And the guy's like, wise guy, huh? Well, if I were so lazy, I'd punch you in the stomach. And Fry goes, but you are lazy, right? Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. So it does that. But then Amy drops the ship's keys in the claw machine, so she's like trying to get it. Bender tries to get his hand in there, but the security are watching him, and then he goes, she did it, officer. She turned me into a robot to do evil things. And then he runs away with his arm dragging behind him. That's hilarious. And Fry is like, let's go on the moon ride, and then takes the buggy off the ride onto the surface. He's driving around like a maniac, which is quite funny. And then obviously you got like the Crushinator as well, which is quite funny. Like, oh, Bender, you didn't touch the Crushinator, do you? And he's like, no, are you kidding? I'm a man of class. And then Crushinator's like, no, Pa, I love him. Which is quite funny. But then
Oh,
they,
is that one of? Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
was one of the family robot daughters. Yeah.
yeah, and then they find like the moon landing site and whatnot, and we find out Bender, whenever magnets get put on Bender, he turns into a crazy folk singer, which is hilarious. But what's annoying about that episode is the fucking music. You know, where whalers are number. Oh, fuck me. I hate this. I hate. Normally, I would rank this episode a lot lower for that, but it is quite a funny episode.
Yeah.
What's your number 6, dude?
So my number 6. Okay, I may have gone in a slightly different direction, if anything. Sorry, I'm just trying to piece together my brain to find out, just to like recollectively remember each episode's along. I think we're at number 6, aren't we? Okay.
Yes.
So I would honestly say my number 6. Probably would go with Fear of a Bot Planet for my number 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd probably say that. So I understand that obviously there's like a package that goes to this planet called Chapek 9 or something.
Yeah.
Which is apparently inhabited by human-hating robots who just straight up kill humans on sight, which is funny.
Yeah.
I'll agree that's definitely like a hilarious concept. And so they basically sent Bender there because, well, I'd imagine because he's a robot, so he ain't gonna get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he then gets captured because they discover he works for humans. And so now Fry and Leela are having to disguise themselves as fucking robots. Just to go there to try and fucking... let's see. I think when they get there, they find out that basically Bender's now like an idol among like the many other robots of essentially the frustration of feeling unappreciated by his crew.
Yeah. I mean... oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, you were saying?
No, I was going to say, I've ranked this episode a little bit higher.
I mean...
Not too much higher, but...
Like, I mean, it's... You know, I think it's fine as an episode. Like, there's a reason I rank this higher than the other ones, just because it doesn't completely feel like filler.
Yeah.
Like I said, the whole concept of, like, human-hating robots... on this planet as like a society is fucking hilarious, and I feel like in a way there are parts of this episode where it kind of forgets what the fuck it was supposed to do in sort of the long run kind of thing, because it's like he was meant to go here to deliver a package, and then he then suddenly becomes an idol among these robots. And then Fry and Leela end up getting captured, but Bender doesn't want to kill them because they're his friends.
Yeah.
And essentially, they discover that the government of this planet is merely using humans, essentially as a scapegoat. And it was due to distract the population from like a valuable lug nug shortage, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So then they eventually escape the planet, and then Bender's then forgot to deliver the package. So basically just drops it onto the robots that were chasing them.
Yeah.
Which then reveals the shower of lug nuts. And it then eventually makes the robot no longer hate humans. So it's like, okay. But it's very sort of middle of the road kind of episode for me, really, because it's like it started good, then it lost me a bit. But I wouldn't say it went to shit or anything. It just, I don't know, it kind of just really went to the middle for me.
Isn't that the episode? The same episode as well? Of Bender thinks that humans might be hiding in a robot pornography like bookstore or something like that.
Fuck knows.
Yeah, I stick to. I don't know why I distinctly remember that one, but that one just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because he's like going, oh yeah, I better check it out just in case, like, 'cause humans like to go to bookshelves like that, like, which he does, and then he's like just perving, which is quite funny, that robot pornography, for us is literally a circuit board.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Great.
Oh, right, okay. So we're in the top 5 now. Top 5,
Right.
top 5.
So my 5 would be The Series Has Landed. So that's where my 5 would be.
That's where your 5 would be.
Yeah, for this, it will start off with The Series Has Landed, and then goes up from there, sort of thing.
See, my episode 5 is A Fear of Bot Planet.
Oh, so we swapped. Okay,
Yeah, we swapped. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like these top 5 episodes make me barely laugh, and Fear of Bot Planet makes me fucking laugh, especially the bit where Fry needs to go to the toilet and he does it behind trash cans, and a robot comes out of nowhere. He goes, do you know you're leaking coolant at a rapid space? And Fry's like, no, wait a minute. Ah, there you go. I was like, are you sure I can put hot resin on it? I'm like, ooh, no, don't do that. And the robot's like, what kind of robot turns out hot resin? And then they go off somewhere, and was it Leela? A big dust cloud goes because the robot travels so quickly, and Leela sneezes. The robot turns around, gives this audible roar, and then Leela just drop kicks it, and then just legs it. And then the two security robots come out of nowhere. It goes, kill the humanoids, in like these like classic robot voice. Oh, that's the other one. The two guard robots outside the city, which is like where you have to ask. They ask you a question. It's like, A, what would you rather? A puppy. 2, something else, and 3, flowers from your ninny or your nanny or something like that. And then they got a data pad as well. That's the other one. And they choose a data pad. Is it a nice puppy? No, it's the evil sort of puppy. I was like, oh, I'll take the data pad. Correct. The flowers would have been the good choice as well. And like, what the fuck? So
yeah.
But yeah, the entire Bender thing's like, yeah, I kill humans now and again and whatnot, which is quite funny. Episode 4. Now, and this is where it's going to get tough, because these next 4 episodes for me are fucking golden. And for me, episode number 4, my ranking is probably My 3 Sons.
Right. Okay. Let me think.
My 3 Sons is the episode where they deliver a package to like this these people, but the planet is so hot. Fry's the only one that gets to do it. Fry gets exhausted and dehydrated, and he sees this bottle on a throne and starts drinking the bottle, and all of a sudden these blue guys come out of nowhere. They go, "You drank the Emperor," and now yeah, and you've drank the Emperor now, and then all of a sudden, all hail the new Emperor Fry, and Fry's like, what? So he drinks the Emperor and then finds out that he's now the Emperor because he's actually assassinated the previous Emperor. And obviously he and Leela are at loggerheads throughout the episode. And Leela's like, don't you get it? The only way every emperor that's come before you, everyone's either died or been drunk. And it's like, yeah, but nobody can drink me. I'm human. And there's a point where do you know the classic somebody's looking behind the painting gag? All of a sudden his eyes move, the mouthpiece moves, and a straw comes in, and the straw hits Fry, starts drinking him. And Fry just goes, quit it. I want that. And then they realize the illumination of the second sun, has illuminated Fry's stomach, and the previous emperor is still alive. So they try and find a way to like get him, get the emperor out, and the only way to get him out is by making Fry cry. And so then literally everybody takes turns beating the shit out of Fry just to cry.
That's
you know
fucking hilarious.
It's
That's
brilliant.
great.
It's the episode that keeps on giving. And then by the time everyone's like so exhausted by beating Fry up, making him cry, that the last Amy just goes, "Here you go, you try. I'm exhausted." And it turns out it's the emperor. The previous emperor has like been cried out. He's just there just to beat the fuck out of Fry, and the episode ends there. It's great. It's so fucking hilarious. It's great. Such a good episode.
Yeah, I think that episode would also be my number 4 as well.
Such a great episode.
It is. It really is.
It's like 23 minutes per episode. It's one of the best 23 minutes ever. Right, number 3. Now this is going to be tough. Now number 3. Yeah, probably like episode 3. Number 3 in my ranking is probably going to be a fish full of dollars.
Okay.
Because this episode's great because Fry's complaining that he's broke, he hasn't done everything, and weirdly enough, the episode starts off with an innuendo where Fry's trying to sleep, and he goes, "That's been going on all night. Cut it out, you two." And it's just 2 robots on springs who needs oiling really badly, and they're like, "Sorry." And then he has like the Lightspeed brief advert in his brain, which freaks him out as well. So he buys Lightspeed briefs, but he doesn't have money. Checks his bank account, and he realizes he's like a billionaire. And then he just buys like all this stuff, and then he kind of gets consumed with his own money and just stuck in 20th century. And I think at the auction he like buys everything, and he buys like a can of anchovies because he realizes anchovies were extinct, and finds out Zoidberg's Zoidberg and his race killed all the anchovies. Especially towards the end of the episode where Fry's money. Oh, this is the introduction of Mom as well.
Oh, Mom, yes.
Yeah, it's the first episode Mom got introduced as well. So you think, oh, she's like the sweet old lady, and then she's an absolute bitch. And she comes up with a way to like take Fry's money away. And they use Pamela Anderson's head as well to distract him to find his PIN number, which is the price of a cheese pizza and a large soda. And they find the PIN number, nicks all his money, and then and Fry doesn't help himself because he's like, "Oh no, my secret PIN number 1077." Like,
for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And you know, it's just a wild roller coaster, and all because of like a can of anchovies, which he's like, Mom wants to buy, but he's like, no, these are going on a pizza at the end, and everyone doesn't like it, and Fry's like, I love this, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that can of anchovies must have been out of date for at least 1,000 years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably been in there for like fuck knows how long, and yeah,
that's a great episode.
It is a great episode, and it was a nice introduction to like Mom.
Yeah,
pretty much, and yeah, she's always like a riot whenever she's like on screen.
What so what's your what's your number 3?
Ironically, it's actually a fish full of dollars as well.
Right.
If any...
Before anyone thinks we're in both two different locations, I can't see what Sassy Bear's got on his desk or on his rankings. He can't see mine. We are literally doing this off the cuff right now.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
But yeah. Oh, that's cool. All right, it's cool. So now when the last two. Now when this could either agree or disagree with it. I would say my second biggest ranked episode is probably Love's Labor Lost in Space.
Oh really?
Yes. And I'll tell you my reasons, all right? Okay. So this episode, obviously it's a Leela episode. It's one of the first Leela episodes. And you know, Leela is like feels hard done by because, you know, she's a one-eyed person. People don't find her attractive or whatnot. I mean, let's be honest. Leela is a very attractive person, all right? Despite the eye, all right? I don't think, you know, unless you can look her in the eye, you know, you can't miss it. But, like, I think many of us have been in that situation where, like, everybody's getting everything, like, getting, like, attention of somebody, and then you're not. So you kind of feel for Leela in that way. And she's obviously looking for love. And then all of a sudden, they have this job where they need to rescue animals from this planet, which is about to implode because dark matter was excavated from its core, and now it's a whole shell of a body. So they're trying to get all the animals out, which they do. And it's the first. It's kind of like a three of firsts in this episode, because you meet Nibbler for the first time, and you also meet Zap Brannigan and Kiff the first time in this episode as well.
Yeah.
And the start of the episode for this is Zap Brannigan, because he's this, like, you know, he's like a shit version of Captain Kirk. That's what he is.
He's literally like this annoying sex pest. Yeah. But he's fucking entertaining at the same time as well.
Yeah, especially when he's like trying to woo Leela, and then Leela turns him down and he starts crying. You know, and all because like he won't let her go to this planet. He starts crying. She feels sorry for him. They cut to a scene there where Fry and Bender are trying to escape prison, but they release steam and they turn the prison cell into a sauna. And then all of a sudden, the next scene, you see like Leela screaming in Zap's bed, and Zap Brannigan's got like this really weird smile that he's like, "Yes, I've been laid." She tries sneaking it out, and all of a sudden Zap goes, "Hello, lover." And it's like brilliant. And then she leaves, and then Kiff walks in immediately and is like, "Sir," I'm like, "Oh, for the love of..." And then, you know, because he just sees Zap Brannigan standing there with the bed sheet over his testes. And then Zap literally goes, "Kiff, I made it with a woman. Tell the men." I was like, why?
Oh, fucking brilliant.
Oh, it's great. I love Zap Brannigan. He's funny. He whenever he's involved in something, he's just chaos ensues. And you can see like what he's like to Kiff as well. And Kiff is really annoyed by him. And then I think there was one where Zap goes, "Bring the captain to my quarters," and then the next scene, Kiff is literally like, "The jackass was to see you in his quarters." It's brilliant. And his star date is like, captain's log, April 25th, sir. April 25th, point 2. Do you know what I mean? It's like really, like a really shit version of Captain Kirk.
That's fucking...
Oh, it's brilliant. What's your episode 2?
So, funny enough, my number 2 is actually a big piece of garbage, whereas my number 1 is Love's Labor Lost in Space.
Yeah.
And a big part of why Love Labor's Lost in Space is number 1 for me is literally the introduction of Zach Brannigan. Like, he's possibly one of the most entertaining minor character in the series.
Yeah.
Like, he still appears in episodes here, there, and whatnot, but in the short amount of time that they always like introduce him, he's always a fucking riot. Despicable human being, but I think that's the fucking charms of him in a way, kind of like Johnny Bravo in a way, where he's just like this insufferable, arrogant fuckhead. But just the way he acts and all that is kind of what, and the stuff he fucking says is what really wins me over. Like, literally the whole thing of like, what's his name? Kif. That's the alien
Kif,
assistant. Like the bit where he's just like, Kif, I've laid a woman, tell the men.
Yeah.
That's a fucking brilliant line right there. And another thing, what I also like about this episode is literally the introduction of Nibbler as well.
Yeah.
So it's like this little alien creature that Leela befriends and decides to save, even though it was on the list.
Yeah.
And the plot, the ending to this episode also gives me chuckles as well, because it's the whole thing of like they're like running out of fuel to get away from the planet before it implodes.
Yeah.
And literally their solution to that is basically when Nibbler just shits a pellet of dark matter.
Yeah.
Which ends up being like enough fuel just to help them escape the planet. And I'm like,
they're like, we're out of fuel.
Brilliant.
We don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, the ship just goes boom. What the hell was that? And they just look
because
over.
dark matter's like stupidly heavy for fuck knows reasons. But like that episode was just easily, that had to be like number one for me, because it's just like, right, we've got that ending, we've got Zach Brannigan, that solves it for me. But yeah, like I said, for a name like A Big Piece of Garbage, this wasn't a big piece of garbage of an episode.
No, it wasn't. No.
It was a fun episode, but because it was when like Professor Farnsworth was like trying to substitute his smelloscope invention.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think this is when we get like introduced to his arch nemesis, Odgund and Wernstrom.
Yeah.
Who, for some reason, every time I hear his voice, I'm immediately thinking of fucking
Pee Wee Herman.
Not even that. It's more like, you know, the Martian from Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a kaboom. It was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Oh, like, you make me very angry.
Yeah, literally, every time I hear, like, Wormstrom's voice, I immediately think of, like, Martian the Martian. And I'm just like, I love this character already. All I know is that he's essentially, like, this annoying-ass arch-nemesis to Professor Farnsworth, but he just oozes this charm and personality that I just fucking love as in a character.
I love it.
And they were basically like doing this plan where they were essentially basically going to space to destroy this ginormous ball of garbage that's on a collision course back to Earth. And somehow Farnsworth fucks up the fucking installation of the bomb. And so, out of desperation, Fry comes up with the basically Farnsworth's like, we need to create another ball of garbage to launch into that ball of garbage to then launch it into the sun. And then Fry ends up being somewhat useful by literally teaching the city how to make so much garbage to make it to a fucking ball.
Yeah.
And what's quite hilarious is like, this is like what they did in Superman 4, but this was like 10 times more hilarious and I think a lot more fucking entertaining as well.
Oh, this is why this episode's my number one. Just a simple fact. Just a simple fact is that, you know, it starts, you know, the episode starts off with like Farnsworth's doing his, you know, yearly meeting of the scientist minds, and you got like all these different minds, and then Farnsworth's like, I've got this doomsday clock, and you know, this, you know, introducing Wernstrom's. That's it, Wernstrom, and you know, Wernstrom's like, it's not the stupid death clock you had last year, is it? No. And then he's like, shit, I need to come up with something really quick. And he says the smelloscope. He's like, oh, we better see this, you know, do this and do that. Better see it now. And then it cuts to the Planet Express, and all of a sudden you go, Eureka! What's up, Professor? I remembered I built one last year. You know?
That's fucking brilliant.
And then he shows Fry, you know, smell smell Jupiter, smell Venus. And then Fry goes, I hope you don't smell Uranus.
Oh, is this the one where you're just like, oh, that joke ended a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's it called now? Urexum.
Yeah, brilliant. And then it's so cheesy humor, but it's funny humor as well.
Oh, it's shit like this is why I tend to like really enjoy Futurama more. It's this sort of level humor that just really tickles me so much.
And then what is it then? They discover the ball of garbage, and what is it? Fry's reaction to it is like, "Oh, that's disgusting," and then Fonzworth's like, "Oh, fuff," oh, geez, man, that's potent. And then you realize it's the big giant ball of garbage. Find out where it came from, and then they're on their way then to try and blow it up.
Yeah.
So they do this dramatic scene where Leela, Fry, and Bender walk to the ship holding the helmets, but Bender's holding his head.
Yeah.
And they go off, land on the thing. And they give Fonzworth gives the bomb to them, so you've got 25 minutes to get off the planet, to get off that ball. Plant it, detonate it. They realize 25 minutes to go, and then the clock changes like 14 minutes, 22 minutes, 32 minutes. What's going on? And then Bender picks the thing up and turns around and goes, "The idiots put it back. The idiots put the timer upside down. It's 25 seconds." And they're passing it back and forth, and then Bender just throws it up in the air. The thing explodes. They go, "Well, we're boned." And then they like go to the planet, and then as they say, we don't know what to do. And then what the media makes me laugh as well. It goes, "Janice, cancel my 4 o'clock." And then he immediately goes, "Well, I'm out of idea." Oh no, he goes, "Janet, cancel the maid for tomorrow." "Well, I'm out of ideas. What do you guys suggest?" And then Fry's like, "Yeah, I want to let's just make garbage." And they initially, how do we do that? We recycle everything. And Fry just goes, "Let me show you." Just drops a banana peel and drops a couple of things, and the mayor just goes, "My God, he's got something. Quickly, everybody, make a mess." It's like, brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, I love this show. Watching it back, I realized how great the show was. Like, I don't know what the new episodes are like now, but I am going to be checking it out as it goes along.
Yeah, I would definitely be up to checking the new episodes as well, actually.
Yeah, same here. And I think in time, either we're still around by the time we get to those episodes, or whether I have kids, and then my kids takes over the podcast for me when I'm dead and gone and an old cryptid, and my body's that limp, I die and I get thrown into a ditch, and then and we'll get there eventually for those episodes. I mean, there's a lot to get through.
Yeah.
So Futurama season 1. Let's rank the season. Out of out of 3,000, what would you give Futurama season 1?
Out of 3,000, fucking hell.
I know,
okay.
out of 3,000. Out of the year 3,000, so it's like.
That's a good question, actually. I'd say out of 3,000, I'd probably give. Excuse me. I'd probably give first season about 2,700.
2,700, yeah, that's about 75%.
Yeah, like I said, it does a good job in like pretty much showing off like the world building of like the Futurama universe. Introduces, well, fucking hell, excuse me. It ends up showing off like some of the main characters, like you got Fry, you got Zoidberg, you've got Leela, you got Amy Wan, Professor Foy, Farnsworth.
Yeah.
It also introduces other characters like Zach Brannigan, and Wormstrom as well, and Mom as well. So they introduce like a lot of characters that you'll end up seeing in like many more episodes to come.
Wormstrom.
So good job with that. Like I said, plenty of funny episodes. Some of the filler episodes do bring the score down a bit for me personally, and it does kind of suffer from what I would call first episode syndrome, where they're just trying to find their footing and find out what works, what doesn't. But at the same time, it's still like does a good job in like showing off like the universe and all that jazz.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I like.
I'll be down in the moment. God damn, sorry about that.
Not now, Susan. For me, I'd probably say about 270, 275.
Yeah, that really sound.
Yeah, because like it's far from perfect. It's far from perfect, and I think that the show shows its greatness as we get on through the seasons. But yeah, 270, 275. Like,
that's about fair. Yeah,
see like 75%.
Yeah,
of the vote all around. All right, wicked, dude. Awesome. We'll obviously another one in the bag. We'll it'd be good. We'll have Sassy Bear's links in the chat below, so make sure you give him a follow. And we'll do next week. We're recording this on the Sunday, so this is going out the date. So this will be out like on Monday. By the time you listen to this on Monday, and then me and Sass are going to be recording episode 31 on Wednesday, which is going to be fun.
Predator, if I last remembered right.
About the Predator movie, so that's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to that so much.
I think I might watch it tonight just to like refresh your mind.
I'll probably do the same as well, actually. Yeah,
because that film is great.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, cheers, buddy, for doing this again. I appreciate it. And
pleasure as always, my good sir.
Congratulations on your win on the weekend as well. So.
Oh, thank you ever so much. Like, honestly, the crowd reaction really made that whole match for me, if anything.
Well, whatever, one day if I ever decide to move back to England, which is coming, but I don't know when I'm doing it. No, we'll hopefully we'll get some work done or something. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
hopefully, fingers crossed. One day. Right. See you in a bit, dude.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 30, Futurama Season 1. Thank you to my man, Sassy Bear Clarence, for joining me for yet another episode. And if you don't want to miss anything here on the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast, you can check us out on all social medias, including Instagram at Multiverse of Entertainment Pod, TikTok, there, I will get these right, TikTok at Mo Podcast. Also, as well, you can check me out as well on ItzThatNerdJames on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, where you can catch these episodes on video form. And you can catch me on Twitter or X at ItzThatNerdJ as well. You can also, as well, follow my buddy Sassy Bear Clarence on all his social medias, which will be in the description below. And get used to hearing his voice, because Sassy Bear Clarence is with me for the next 2 episodes, funny enough. And next week is episode 31, and we are discussing Predator, this classic movie. Cannot wait to talk about that. You can also hear us as well on audio form via Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and elsewhere as well. You can follow us everywhere. Go check us out. We'll catch you next week, every Monday, and we will rock out now. to the favorite outro music I love so much. Have a go, guys. Let's go.